Well, it's been an interesting few days. Whole whole boatload of just things going wrong. I call them trials. I'm being tested for something. I always feel like I'm being tested for something since this whole journey has started, but it just seems to have gotten very intense the past few days. And really, it's been a couple of weeks. I mean, it started with kidney problems, which I'm not dealing with as much pain. I'm still getting the occasional fever. I've definitely got some signs that there's something not right with my flesh that I can't get checked because I don't have insurance and I can't afford to generate the bills to go even worry about it. So, Lord, take care of it. I push through it. And then the car broke down yesterday. I missed church. I was going to work after church, but I missed work too. It took all day to get somebody to come up here and jump it. And when they jumped it, it started and ran fine today. Every once in a while, she just does that. I got her a brand new battery 6 months ago, had her alternator checked out to make sure that wasn't the problem. They said she just needed a battery. She's been fine for 6 months. First time she's done it was just yesterday. And this morning, I find the tree down in the driveway. About my flesh hurts. I hurt myself trying to move that tree. Put all my body weight into it, trying to just lug it back a centimeter at a time. It wasn't budging. It took all day to get that moved. Finally got out. Didn't get to work. It was too late to make anything beyond gas money, which made it not worth the effort. So tomorrow, hopefully I can get out there and get working and get caught up because, of course, the deposit, I had a $75 deposit I was expecting to hit my bank this morning. It should have been sent Friday and should have arrived this morning today, but it didn't hit my account today. So now I've got a $35 overdraft fee because the credit card payment I had scheduled that would come out of that deposit hit my bank and the deposit didn't. So now I'm back $80. I got 75 coming in. If I get work tomorrow, it'll get taken care of. And the few contributions I received over the past couple of days to my GoFundMe is going to help me cover any extra difference. I think it raised an extra $180 this week, which just helps cover all the gaps that these bumps have put in my finances. So I'm not too horribly stressed about it. But there's been an interesting link in all of this. Last night I got drawn to a Bible story and was given new understanding of a story that I've heard many times in services, in sermons, in church. But last night, as I was studying it, before the tree out front got knocked down, looks like lightning hit it. But it made a little more sense to me. And I want to share all that sense with you. So if you have a Bible, if you know where the story is, the connections, I don't have chapter and verse for you. You'll have to find the verses and chapter yourself. Is the story of Jesus going to the temple, and this is just prior to him flipping the tables on the money changers and losing his cool at the temple because they had made the house of God a den of thieves. On his way to the temple, for that to happen, he comes across a fig tree. And he's hungry. And he sees this fig tree has got all its leaves on it. So he goes up to it expecting to find some figs. And when he doesn't find anything to eat, he curses the tree. And then he goes to the temple. The whole thing with the money changers happened. And on the way back, the disciples noticed that the tree that Jesus had cursed had withered to the roots. It was dead, gone. Now, I don't know how everybody else knows this story, but I always thought it was kind of funny that Jesus just got mad because he didn't get his food and cursed the tree. But it turns out there's a lot of deep stuff going on in this. Now, I did not know that fig trees, when they fruit, they start to fruit little buds first, which are edible, before the leaves come. So if a fig tree is in full leaf, it should have fruit. That's its season. Now, it is noted in the story by one of the apostles. I'm not going to pretend to know the name of which one said what. I think it's James. No, I don't know. No, you'll have to find all the details for yourself. But somebody noted that it wasn't the season for fig trees to be in fruit anyway. So they didn't understand why Jesus just cursed this tree. It wasn't the season for it anyway. It had leaves, but it didn't have fruit, right? But it was a lying tree. To have all of its leaves out told Jesus that it has fruit to bear for him, but it didn't have fruit. It appeared to have fruit, but on closer inspection had none. That's not just about the tree. That's about us. You see, Jesus didn't curse the barren trees, the trees that had no fruit and no leaves. There were plenty of fig trees along that route, but none of the other ones had leaves. He only cursed that one that was in full leaf and presented itself as though it had fruit and didn't have any fruit. That's about us. How do we present ourselves? Do we present ourselves as though we have a whole bunch of fruit to bear, and yet we're barren on the inside? Are we dressed so fancy with all these leaves, but no fruit to show? I would like to I hope, that people see that my fruit is not ready. I pray that there will be fruit, but I am not there yet. And there's another story about the tree that wasn't bearing fruit that the master wanted to destroy, but the gardener said, give me a year to work with it, and then it bore fruit. And that tells me that God has that patience with us. If we know that our fruit is not what it needs to be, and it needs tending, and the tree cannot tend itself, then we turn to God to help tend us. And it takes time. It took that gardener a year to get that tree to bear fruit. And maybe sometimes it'll take us a little bit longer. But the gardener doesn't know to tend the tree if it looks like it has fruit all the time. I don't want to be that tree that is fully decked out with the appearance of having fruit and bearing nothing. I would rather be the tree that appears to be barren and still have time to be worked on. So I try to share what the Lord gives me along this journey. And I share all the stuff that I go through along the way, learning these things. But I do not want to appear like I got it all together and I know what to do and I've got this, because I don't got this. It's a one day at a time. Wake up, deal with whatever's going on today. Make sure you get the bills paid today. That didn't happen, but it will happen tomorrow. And get through another day, waiting for the Lord to come. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I try to get through it every day, and some days I get tired. And a lot of days I'm like, Lord, it'd be nice to see you arrive, but if you just want to take me home now, my flesh is tired. My soul is tired of fighting with this malfunctioning meat suit that I lug around every day. I could do so much more if my flesh wasn't so contrary to living. I don't know. There's my catch up video. There's my rehash of, the trials and the problems and the stuff that I just gotta overcome. And I appreciate any help I get overcoming it. I appreciate prayers. I appreciate encouragement. I don't appreciate being called a grifter because I paint my naturally growing nails with Dollar Tree nail polish. And I don't appreciate being told that I should just be grateful to live and don't complain about whatever. I mean, I didn't ask to live this life to begin with. But that's a whole nother story. If my mother had been responsible and my father hadn't been a predator, I wouldn't be here today. But that's another story. It is what it is. I just wanted to share those bits of information about the fig tree and the curse and why he did it. Because it wasn't just because he was hungry and he didn't get his food. It's because it was looking like it had fruit when it should have had fruit. Well, I mean, it was out of season, it shouldn't have had fruit. But if it was out of season, it shouldn't have looked like it had fruit. So let's remember going forward that if we're not in season, let's not dress ourselves up like we are in season. Let's not lie to the Lord about the veracity of our fruit. And let's not lie to ourselves either.